Hello and welcome to today's video. So this video is going to be finding books that will self-destruct in 12 months. Essentially, I've got a lot of books on my bookshelf and all of the books on these bookshelves up here are either books that I haven't read or I haven't read within the last 5 years. So, you know, take with that what you will. It's just how I'm organising them, but no, I don't really know if it even makes sense. But yeah, there's a lot of these books that have been in my possession since I was like, what, 12, 13, some of them. Like actually, like some of them were from that long ago. And there's a lot I've got over the years and even lots within the last year. And I just don't know if I'm still going to read them all, at least without a push. So the title of this video will be something like, these books will self-destruct in 12 months. And I don't know who originally made this concept up, but loads of people have done it now. If you do know the original person, comment it and I can tag them or whatever. But yeah, essentially, I'm going to pick books, and if I don't read them within the next 12 months, which I'm taking this as like, even though I think this video will be out by middle of December, I'm taking this as like all of 2022. So you know, I'm going to take those extra 15 days at the end of the year as well or whatever. But yeah, so I haven't picked these books out yet. I'm going to go through them. I'm thinking of either trying to find 12 or trying to find 10. I feel like it needs to be at least 10, but I think 12 would be a good number. That's one book a month. That's realistic. That's doable. And essentially, if I don't read these books within the next 12 months, I have to unhaul them. I have to get rid of them because it means I'm not going to read them. So yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I think that's pretty decent. So I guess I should find the books. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera back, figure out the books, and then I'll come sit back down and talk through them properly after I've found them out. But yeah, let's find these books I need to read. Okay, so I'm back. I've picked 12 books. If the thumbnail ends up looking shit, it's because this happened. But yeah, I guess we should go through the books. These are in no particular order. I've literally just stacked them up, so I guess we should just go through them. These books, all of them that I've got here, will self-destruct in 12 months, so at the end of 2022. And if I haven't read them by then, I have to unhaul them. Simple as that. Book number 1 is The Time Traveller's Wife. I don't know a great deal about this. Essentially, I started watching the movie on Netflix, watched about the first 20 minutes and was like, oh, this actually isn't completely shit, it's quite good. There's a book about this. Paused the movie, found the book in a charity shop, have been meaning to pick it up since, but haven't. So I want to read the book. It's as simple as that. Basically, this guy time travels and him and the person who ends up being his wife meet loads, but his first time meeting her and her first time meeting him are different times. Like, they meet loads throughout the time travels but not in the same order as each other, and that's pretty much all I know. It sounds interesting, I want to read it, I need to read it. Then next up we've got We Need to Talk About Kevin. I don't know if this counts as like a thriller or what, but essentially I watched the movie when it came out, which was many years ago now. I saw this book in a charity shop and picked it up because I enjoyed the movie. There's a kid called Kevin who's got a hell of a load of problems and the parents aren't sorting it out. I'm pretty sure it just follows his mom, but essentially a couple of years ago he went on a massive rampage, loads of shit happened, and it's like the figuring out of that and what happened and what went on and what went down. Can't really remember the movie, but I can remember enjoying it, so hopefully I'll enjoy the book. However, since I picked it up, I haven't looked at it again, so I should read it. Then, third book, we have got The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I've owned this so many years. I honestly couldn't even tell you when I purchased this. This paperback edition was published in 2010. It wouldn't surprise me if I bought it in 2010. I owned book 1 and 2. I brought book 1 and 2 together. Recently I found book 3 in a charity shop. I thought that would give me the spur on to read the rest of them. It hasn't. I either need to read this or get rid of it. I'm noticing that a lot of these are like contemporary or thrillery, or like just stuff that I don't think I'm interested in anymore, but I'm not very good at getting rid of books, so yes. It doesn't really tell you a lot about it on the back, but I can remember when they came out, like when this trilogy came out, there was so much hype around them, everyone was loving them, they were everywhere. It doesn't tell you a lot on the back. I think it's one that if I start it, after the first few chapters, I'll know whether I want to read it or not. It looks like I've got to chapter 2 previously, so gave it a good go. Then the 4th book is Life of Pi. All I really know about this one is there's a man on a boat with a tiger. That's all I know. I think I saw the trailer for the film and was like, doesn't look great, but books are normally better than films. Let me pick up the book. Have not read the book. I guess I can read it. After the tragic sinking of a cargo ship, one solitary lifeboat remains bobbing on the wild blue Pacific. The crew of the surviving vessel consists of a hyena, a zebra with a broken leg, a female orangutan, a 450-pound Royal Bengal tiger, and Pi, a 16-year-old Indian boy. The scene is set for one of the most extraordinary pieces of literary fiction in many years. Yeah, it sounds interesting. I would like to read it. I'm just, if I'm not reading it now, if I'm not prioritising it, am I ever going to? Essentially, is the question. Then we have When God Was a Rabbit. This book is about a brother and a sister. It's a book about childhood and growing up, friendships and families, triumph and tragedy, and everything in between. More than anything, it's a book about love in all its forms. Basically, I found this new unread copy in a charity shop for I think 50p. And it's a book that I see a lot still in like normal like bookshops like W.H. Smith and Waterstones being displayed. So I thought I'd pick it up. And it's not that I'm not interested in it, it just tells you so little on the back, and I don't normally read like contemporary type books. Like, I think when I picked it up I expected it to have some like speculative fiction aspects in it, but I don't think it does now that I've looked more into it. And I still kind of want to read it, but I haven't been picking it up. And I mean, yeah, I mean these are all books I haven't been picking up. I should probably read it within the next 12 months, else I'll have to get rid of it. Then we have 13 Bullets. I don't know how long I've owned this for. I don't remember buying it, but I do enjoy vampire books. But I think because it's got such a shit cover, I never pick it up, and I should probably give it a go. Like, it doesn't seem like it's going to be amazing. All the official reports say they are dead, extinct since the late 80s, when a Fed named R. Kelly nailed the last vampire in a fight that nearly killed him, but the evidence proves otherwise. There's more on the back if you want to read the entire synopsis, but essentially it's a vampire book. But I own a lot of vampire books that I think I'm more interested in, so I haven't been picking it up, and I've probably owned it more than 10 years. I need to read it or get rid of it. Then we have Normal People. I'm sure most people know about this. It's Sally Rooney's like best known work. Like, it's the one that gets the highest ratings. It's the one that she's best known for. I tried to read it once, didn't enjoy it, but I only got I think 9 pages in, which really isn't giving it a fair shot. I need to give it another shot. Basically, I don't really read contemporary, and when I do, it's for easy quick reads in between bigger, bulkier, more brain using things. And Sally Rooney's writing style is quite well known for being like big and blocky and not using like speech marks or anything like that. Like, it's just very like blocky, you have to like read it and pay attention. It seems like a lot of effort for a book that I think for me I'm going to rate about the same as any other contemporary. Like, I don't think it's going to be some big amazing book, being perfectly honest. I know a lot of people love it, I know a lot of people give it 5 stars. I just don't know if I will. Then we have Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. I remember the movie from when I was younger with Lindsay Lohan in. It was about a teenage drama queen. A cheesy, goofy, I don't even know what you call it, like a PG, like chick flick, I think it was. I enjoyed it. I saw the book. I didn't know it was a book. I brought the book. I've never read the book. Lola longs to be in the spotlight, but when she moves to New Jersey with her family, Lola discovers that the role of resident drama queen at Delwood, or Deadwood High School, has already been filled by the born to win, born to run everything, Carla Santini. Once the curtain goes up on the school play, which drama queen will take centre stage? Probably gonna be crap, but I think I'm gonna enjoy it for the nostalgia reasons. But I don't know if I can be bothered. Then, this is like, when I thought of this video, this is the one that I knew would be on here. Eragon. I brought this from a tiny little bookshop on the first holiday we went on with Marmaduke, who is the dog at my dad's house. Marmaduke is now 11, so that means he will have been 1, which means I actually brought this 10 years ago. I haven't read it. In fact, I don't think I've even attempted to read it, and I now own all of them. I brought books 1, 2 and 3 on that holiday. Never read them. I found book 4 recently. I was like, I might as well complete the series and binge them, and I still haven't. When I say recently, I mean like the start of the year, so it was really quite recent. But yeah, I need to read these. These were also my first books that I ever purchased with sprayed edges, and I think that's even more of a reason that I'm like, I can't get rid of this. I need to read it. Why do I never read it? Because I don't. I just never put the time or the effort in to read it. And I think it's going to be a really good book. Like, I really, really enjoy fantasy and like the fantasy genre. I don't think I've ever read a book with dragons in. I own a few, haven't read them, but oh well. Yeah, I need to read this. So, one boy, one dragon, a world of adventure. When Eragon finds a polished blue stone in the forest, he thinks it is the lucky discovery of a poor farm boy. Perhaps it will bring his family meat for the winter. But when the stone brings a dragon hatchling, Eragon soon realises he has stumbled upon a legacy nearly as old as the Empire itself. Overnight, his simple life is shattered, and he is thrust into a perilous new world of destiny, magic and power. Can Eragon take up the mantle of the legendary dragon riders? The fate of the Empire may rest in his hand. That sounds so good. Why have I not read it yet? Why have I owned this book for 10 years and not read it? Like, I can't answer that, but I need to, so I will. Then we have Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. I purchased this because I'd seen it around a lot of charity shops. That's where I do most of my book shopping. I purchased this year and I thought I was going to enjoy it because I'd seen a couple of people I follow on Goodreads give it reviews. Then, since I've purchased it, I've seen a lot more like negativity surrounding this book and its portrayal of some mental health issues. I just don't know, basically, because it is contemporary, which I don't read a lot of, which is, I think that's why so many of these on this list is contemporary, because I do buy them because I know I will eventually get round to them, and then I don't because I read the new shiny stuff instead. Then the last book, one book, is Gone Girl. It looks like, did I start reading this? No, I just put a tab on the first page. Well, okay. Yeah, I need to read this. I don't know a lot about it. I'm trying to keep it that way. It's quite difficult to keep it that way. This guy's wife disappears and I'm pretty sure that someone else has seen something, but they don't realise they've seen something. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to keep... I'm tempted to read the back and I don't want to. There's the back if you want to read the back. I just don't want to read it. There's no reason why I haven't read this yet, except for I haven't picked it up, which is silly. So I should read it. Then the last one is The Boy Who Killed Demons, and it's this really massive copy, and in the front of it I still have the note that I received with it. it's a note from Duckworth basically saying like thank you for your interest. On Goodreads they used to do competitions where you could essentially say I want to enter a competition to win this book, and someone would win it. I won this on Goodreads in 2015. Yeah, so I think it looks like I got 43 pages in. I don't remember why I put it down. I don't remember anything about it. It was 6 years ago now. I want to read this. Like, this is the first book that I ever like won or like got in like any process like that. I really want to read this. It still sounds interesting. It's getting less interesting the longer I leave it though, because this is YA and I think it's quite young YA, because it's, I think the main character's 13 years old. So I do need to read it. I do need to give it a good go. But yeah, I don't know. Essentially, it's a thriller and it's a horror. And it starts 2 months after our main character's 13th birthday. Our main character is Henry Dudlow and his neighbour starts to look different. He looks like a demon. I don't want to read more, but yeah, I should read this. I should have read it. I haven't read it. But yeah. So those were all of the books that I have 12 months to read. If I haven't read them in 12 months time, I will be getting rid of them. Let me know down below if there's any of these that you think I really need to prioritise and make sure I read and that are actually good and important and all that business. But yeah, that is it from me. Do give the video a like if you liked it, subscribe down below if you'd like to see more content like this, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye!